TV Internetwork, and programming will start in 7 minutes at 2 p.m. on Central Standard Time, noon out in the West Coast, and 1 o'clock up in the eastern side of our half. We are featuring Rarity Review this afternoon and specializing in the third episode, visiting Marcia Rogers at Marcies Picking Sale. If you're not familiar with it, we're going to let her review it, but we're fortunate because these antiques from Europe and Africa and other countries have been hidden away for 40 plus years. So you're getting a sneak hand look if you don't get a chance to go and see them in person. She's been getting traffic from as far away as Florida, which is great. And as I mentioned, she's off today and she's kind enough to come in and show us some items. So that way you get a sneak peek in case it would entice you to come next weekend. Remember, it's a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're pleased to do this for you because no one else will be in there. So hopefully the noise will be a minimum. She won't be distracted with sales, and she'll be able to focus on the items that she selected for you to see. As we said, these items are quite a bit old, not from the local community, not just swapping from one antique store to another. And this should be fun. Not only that, the rates are bargain. Now, one last thing, you can ask. We're not taking callers today because it's a little too much trouble with this old person. But what you can do is, if you're on Facebook, because you know we simulcast live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching us on either one of those platforms, all you need to do is type in a public comment in our chat. If you want to ask about a particular item, what the cost or dimensions, whatever, do that. Marcy will see it as well as I. Will also flash it on the screen if necessary, and she will address your question. So don't hesitate. We want you all involved because we don't want you just guessing at something. If you really like something, and then if there's something you really want, then you can reconnect with her after the show, and she will give you all the details of how you may select your item and purchase it and go from there. So it should be fun. We're hoping that you're watching us again today. Remember, don't forget to comment or chat if you have any questions for Marcy or myself about any item or about anything what we're doing here. We're about ready to, we'll start a little early. How about this? It's 4 minutes to, but we see we have some people watching. So let's go ahead and start. We always start with, I don't have the music for you today, folks. Sorry about that. But we do have one thing. Let me come back. Go and show the people the other things out. There we go. All right, there we go, folks. Sorry about that. Now, not that I'm sorry about saying Margie, but Marcy, excuse me, I'm saying Margie. It's too early in the day for me. Ha ha ha. Okay, what we need to do is going to be over here and showing you some of the other photos. So we've just seen that. Let's see, we'll bring that up. Okay, as I am. All right. Whoop. We're really having trouble today, folks. What is the deal? Let me try it one more time, see if we can get these pictures up for you. I just don't know why it's not. Don't want to struggle too long with it, but I was hoping we would show you the, I'm going, all right, one more time. Okay, we're going to skip the ad. Hopefully you've seen it, but I really want to show you this. For some reason, Marge, it's just not coming up. I don't know. What's that, Marge?
Doesn't want to cooperate, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to show them. I had it all set up, but today's not been a good day, folks. Let's go ahead and start the show. And I apologize, but we've had some real technological problems. Didn't know we'd be able to bring it to you, but we're alive today. That's the important thing. We got pictures today. So again, we want to welcome our friend Marcia Rogers. And you do go by Marcy, right? Is that correct? Or is it just the
Yep,
name of your shop?
that's the name of my shop.
And Marcy's shop is in another town called Slidell, where she lives. And in fact, we're going to be doing an interesting one on our shop. And also, it's got some real fascination in that it's supposed to be haunted. People have investigated paranormal. So we're going to say that for way after Mardi Gras. We want to continue with the success and the progress of the sale. And after we've exhausted that, either we're too tired or she's ready to close up the shop, then we will move on and see something I think is really fascinating because it's got a double thing. Not only the wonderful antiques that she has her own store, but also this fascinating sideline of the building being haunted. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, Marcy, why don't you go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about yourself, even if
Sure,
they titled before, because there's always some new people, and how you got involved with this, and of course the big details, where it's located, before we actually start showing us some stuff. Okay.
sure. My name's Marcia Rogers. I'm born and raised in Bogalusa, Louisiana. I still reside here helping my 88-year-old mom out and about. She's still active. I'm lucky with that, and she is too. I keep her independent. But
I like it.
I retired in '08 from a career with Walmart store planning, and
Ah.
after I got better with my feet, I my mom and dad were in the antique business
Uh,
at the same time that Mr. and Miss Ray were in this business
and Mr. and Ms. Ray are the owners of this stuff,
of
and
this
one passed
warehouse.
away. Yeah, right. Go
And
ahead. I'm sorry.
she's 96, still kicking. Uh,
Wow.
re- Recently came down with leukemia, I was told, but she's still real bright. Miss Wilda Ray is, and Mr. Ray's been gone about 8 years, and
Okay.
but I've done their estate sale, and then now I'm working on their warehouse, which was their antique business, and I call it the warehouse because it's been stored here all these years for 40 something years, just locked the door locked up on it. And but I after I got better, 9 months after I retired, and I got to looking around for a room to rent, and I found one in Slidell, and next thing you know, I rented 3 rooms from them, and then I'm still down there in another 3 rooms across the street. And
Wow.
I ran their antique street fair off and on for 12 years, and twice a year, and I have made a lot of good antique connections that way. I made a lot of good lasting friendships that way,
Good.
and learned a lot in the process. Um, I scout for antique dealers when I did that show. I scouted for good craftsmen. I'm always on the lookout for uh, well qualified people to show their work and good antique dealers. So I've traveled out to Texas and Florida and Alabama and around looking for them, Mississippi and Louisiana and Alabama too. But in the
Well,
meantime, Miss Ray retained me to sell her contents of her inventory in her shop, which I've counted 9 different countries that this merchandise is from,
wow. Wow. Wow.
all around the world, and from finials you use on furniture. There's 5 different types. They came from Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka, and also from Guyana.
Wow.
They were in the original shipping crates, and somebody bought the wooden crates with those countries stamped on them. But I've still got a lot of finials to sell for if anybody needs them for clocks and furniture, 5 different sizes. So, and I've been selling a few along and a few along. It's something you don't find very often. But
No, and
I
it's good.
started, I started Miss Ray's sales this past October after it got cooler in this building, and because there's no circulation. But I started doing picking sales the 1st of December, and people seem to like it. And I tell them, make you a pile, and then we dicker on the price. And nobody has left empty-handed because I got to move it. I got to move this stuff. They're the ones asking about it right then, so that's a sure sale.
Exactly. They're interested enough to bring it to you or to ask about
Exactly,
it, that they're interested enough to get it. Well,
exactly. So I'm not going to lose the sale. I'm trying to make more money out of it. So
and don't worry, folks, we're not at the bottom of the barrel. Even though she's been working on this for several months, this place is huge, divided up into 4 rooms. And what we kind of asked her to do last week, we specialized in one room. This week, as we mentioned, for those that we don't want to lure you, because don't go, I would ask her again to repeat the complete address, but don't go there this weekend. She's off. She's doing kind enough to do this for us, but she's going back home. She was out last night. Not funny, but having a medical test, and so she needs her sleep and her rest. So we really appreciate what
I
she's done.
appreciate that.
But this is good because you're getting a sneak preview of it, of what's available today. So when you come, if you can come next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it'll still be there because
Hmm.
she doesn't take customers during the week. And there's nothing. So this is what's great about this. You're getting an exclusive look of what's available now in the particular room that she's actually chosen. Now, why don't you go ahead, Marcy, and tell us the complete address, et cetera, and zip code
Sure.
and stuff like that. Okay.
Okay, it's 421 Martin Luther King Drive, MLK Drive,
Right.
Bogalusa, Louisiana 70427. And those of you that don't know how to spell Bogalusa,
Yeah. Go
B
ahead.
B yeah, Bogalalusa.
So it's
And
Bogal, USA. You got
right,
it?
Bogal.
Bogal,
I
USA.
like that with USA on the end of it.
I thought you would. She's
Uh,
a real patriot, so I know she would like that. I just
that's
it came to
right.
my head right now. Listen, also, but during the week, maybe you don't want to give your phone number out. I understand, but is there an email address that she can call you or call you at the other store? Do you want to do that or no?
Just call my cell, or get me on Facebook at Marcy's Antique Boutique or Marcia Rogers.
Okay, there you go. So you
Uh,
just numerous
my
ways. Go ahead.
Marcy's Antique Boutique. It has an apostrophe in Marcy's,
And that's
or
spelled Marcie
E
apostrophe S.
apostrophe S
But
Antique Boutique, or look up Marcia Rogers in Bogalusa.
and that's
And
spelled Marsha
J,
though. Yeah, you
yeah,
got to make sure
Roger.
there's a little difference
I
there.
got Rogers without the D,
Oh, good.
Rogers. And
Right.
my phone number is 985-750-4106.
All right.
If you don't have Facebook, you can Google Marcy's Antique Boutique and it'll come up and take
There
you
you
to it.
go. There you go.
So it's
There you go.
easy to find. So
And let's
uh,
go ahead now. What will be the hours? Remember, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next weekend. What are the
next
hours?
weekend, 10 to 4,
10 to 4.
right, all the way through the next to last weekend in March.
Good.
And
And we will.
at the
Go
end
ahead.
of March is the Slidell Street Fair, and I'll be working in my shop during that. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
every weekend now, through not this weekend, but from next weekend until the weekend before last in March, we'll have a pick and sale down here, and you will need to bring a good flashlight and wear some old shoes or rubber boots because this floor is in bad shape, and we have leaks in this 125-year-old building
Yeah,
because nobody's worked on the roof all those years. So
I
it's
wish we could have shown. And it is, if you check our Facebook posting of the what we call the ad, it has her ad, and it also we've added to that in her picture. We've added two of the pictures that we were trying to get on this afternoon, and that is of the building itself. You'll love it. I mean, it just adds with the whole ambiance of what she's doing. The antiques are a lot better condition than the building is. Let's put it
yeah,
this way.
definitely, most definitely, and some of them need a lot of TLC.
Well, sure.
This building at the beginning of the century was Marx Brothers Hardware in Bogalusa, and
Ah.
they had black gentlemen that worked for them that built coffins, and we still have coffins for sale in this building.
Wow. That is,
I had pine coffins. I had cypress coffins. I've sold two of the cypress coffins. The young woman's going to make a coffee table out of them.
wow.
Yeah. And then, but they didn't have funeral homes at the turn of the century.
Of course not.
You had to go to a hardware store to buy a
Or,
casket.
or a carpenter. That's exactly right. You're exactly
Mhm.
right. Well, that is
So
fantastic.
there's two child size still left in here and an adult size. I also have the roller that they moved it in and out of the vehicle with, the roller that they put
Right.
in the back of a vehicle, and I have handles that they would install on the sides of the coffins. But getting away from that, I've got some good stuff for y'all to look at today.
Yeah. Yeah. We
I
want to
think
look at we don't want to dwell on that. Let's look at
no,
the bright side. So,
yeah,
yeah.
true.
Yeah, because I mean, otherwise the sales are going to go down if we focus too much on that stuff, and
Well,
that's just
that's one of the curiosities in this
yes,
building.
that's right. That's
That
and that's
most
the
definitely.
residue, and that's the residue. That's not the featured product.
No.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna
if you're ready, then we're certainly anxious to see. And if you'll
I'm gonna
turn the
flip this
camera
screen.
around.
I'm gonna flip it around.
All right. Perfect. Perfect.
All right, let me come right here.
Okay. What we got?
Okay, I'm showing
Oh,
you The U.S. Glass Company. Let me get it straight. Flower Garden Butterfly Vase. The circa of the
Beautiful. I
yeah, it's
love glass.
beautiful. It's about 12 inches high, and
Okay.
it's painted with the gold with the flowers and the butterflies on the outside, and the inside is the black, and
Ah, so it's
the bottom is black, and the vase is about 11 inches high and about 5 inches round
oh,
across, and it's
okay.
it's quite pretty. We figured U.S. Glass Company went in business in the 1890s,
Wow.
and later 13 glass companies were bought out by Tiffin, and so that
Oh,
was in the mid 19th century. Tiffin Glass bought out these companies,
wow.
and,
And what a
and they
wonderful,
merged into one company, Tiffin.
right.
Whichever A lot of glass collectors, they know what Tiffin glass
Oh,
is.
very well. Very, well, no, no, let me ask you two questions here. Uh, the side of the near the base of the vase, there's a little black handle. Is that on both sides? You can't see it with the shade.
Yeah,
Ah,
it
there it
is.
is.
It's
Yeah,
on both
okay.
sides.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
want
turn
people
it.
to think it's defective. So there is still
No,
one. Okay, that is beautiful. That's great for the. I hate to say it for safes collectors. It's black and gold, so just beautiful. And it's all a floral motif. Is that what it is?
it's flowers and butterflies.
Oh, it's beautiful. And may we ask what you're asking for this?
This vase is marked $450.
Okay.
Um, that was their original price. I have some room to dicker with it,
Okay, good. That's thing.
and
But it's beautiful glass, and like I say, obviously in the late 1800s, and eventually it just doesn't have the Tiffany name on it because this was one of the forerunners of Tiffany before they bought this company. But it is beautiful. And how tall about did you say was 12 inches or a little taller?
it's about 11 inches high.
Okay, okay. So it's a lovely bud vase. It'd be beautiful
Very pretty, very
for
pretty.
a dining room table or a side table. Some flowers. That's really beautiful. Well,
It's
you've done a
gorgeous,
great done a
and
great.
it's hand painted, so
Oh, cool.
you can feel the painting.
Did great. Well, I mean, we should have said that up front, but I guess anyone should realize back in the 1800s there was very little mechanical painting done. But that's the more important reason for this glass being so valuable is because it is all hand painted. It's just so intricate. It's not like one flower every 4 feet or something. The whole thing is like a wallpaper. It's just really magnificent. I'm glad you started off with a real trophy here. This is a beauty. This is a beauty.
Very pretty. The
Can we
next
move
piece,
on to number two?
the next piece I have is a brass ship's clock.
Oh boy, there's a lot of people who love Mariner stuff for decoration, or even in their dens. I know back in the '60s and '70s, people. Oh, back in New Orleans, that was one of the most common themes
Right.
in those days. They're called dens or sitting rooms, you know.
And
But it
this clock is about 7 inches round and
okay.
3 inches deep. And I'm gonna move a little lever right here and open the glass.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, can you open the glass cover?
And
Oh
open the
yeah,
glass,
look how
and then
beautiful.
it does not have a maker's name where I can see it.
Okay. And is the center dial brass where the mechanics are? That's brass
It
on the
it's got a
dial.
on the dial. It's got a real smooth surface, but it
Uh-huh.
looks like brass.
Brass. I think it's the way you do the wind. And it's all self-winding. You see the two. So there must be a chime on it as well because there's
There,
two
there's a little bitty hole right here. Look,
uh-huh. But there's two other holes, aren't there? And one is obviously for the
the other two is for winding it. A bigger
wine,
one and a smaller one.
right, for the hour and a half. That is and then can you turn it around the back or with that
Sure,
danger? Let us
sure.
see it.
Let me pick it up. You can hang it on your wall.
Oh, it's got a hook.
It's made into it like that, so it didn't fit up into the wall. I guess you could make it like that, but
Right,
it's just
right.
solid brass on the back
Back, yes, you can
with
see
Mr.
it.
Ray's price tag. He had 250 on this clock.
Okay, all
So
right. And
I know it. If he had it way back 50, 60, 70 years ago, it's well worth that.
sure, sure.
I didn't crank it up because I'm not a clock person. I wanted to be careful with it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, some of those things again, that's the beauty of it. If you have to have function, then sometimes you shouldn't be buying it because many times you buy for more the aesthetics than the mechanical workings. They all can be repaired, but we're not. None of these are being guaranteed that they're functioning as it's minute. So you
They're
have to
too
buy.
old.
You have
They're
to buy.
too old.
Yes, you have to understand that. But if you, I'm sure you can get a key to fit it, or take it to a any kind of clockmaker or locksmith, and I know they can wind it for you if they don't if you don't have one yourself. But this would
I
really, especially with
I have
Father.
clock. I also have clock keys available. 5 clock
Oh,
keys. Yeah.
oh, great, great. And it's not too early for Father's Day. I mean, this would be a wonderful grandfather. I think just a very unique present, as opposed to just giving him socks and ties, which he does use. But at the same time, this would be a unique treasure for him. He could put it on his desk if he's a corporate officer or somebody has a beautiful desk in the office. What a magnificent piece to decorate his office, don't you think?
Right. I think such a good promo there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope so, because I know I'm not a big. I used to be sailing years ago when I was young, but I certainly do like the motif, and I think it's a beautiful piece. It sits up about how tall? About eight,
7 inches. It's 7
7 inches.
inches
Okay.
around.
Yeah. Okay. No, but I'm talking
Seven
about
inches around.
the height from the top to the table is about how tall?
Okay. It's 3 inch deep.
3 inches.
Three
Okay.
inches.
It looks the camera's a little deceived. Looks a little deeper than that. But anyway, it's a lovely piece. On the side, it looks like a beautiful vase. If you didn't see the top, it looks like a holder for something. It really is nice. All right, let's go ahead and move into number three. What we have for third lineup?
Number three. I've got
Oh, here we go.
about a 3 inch tall German goblet,
Uh huh.
and it's
Look
got
at
a
it.
floral motif, just flowers around the top, and it's clearly marked German silver.
Oh, it's silver. So do you think
German silver.
right? But you think it's sterling,
Yes,
German,
sir.
or
It's sterling. Yes, sir.
excellent, excellent. And can we see your hand was in the way a little bit of the motif? Can we see a close up of the? There it is. Oh, look at all the. It goes all the way around, so it's not just one side, huh?
Right, goes all the way around. It's
And
not
how?
the little goblet's only about 4 inches tall.
Okay, at the height, and you can see the
Right,
inside. That is beautiful, boy. That
but
is
it's a pretty little piece, and I'm only asking $35 for it.
wow, folks. We don't know the age, but if it's German silver,
Right,
as you know, sterling or any type of that close to sterling is worth so much today
and
that
this would
30.
be the way it's marked. This would be prior to World War II.
Okay, good. Thank you for clarifying that, because I was going to ask. I know I don't remember all that terminology, but I know there's different markings, and it tells you, yeah, at least a decade or the century of. So this would be for WW2. Very nice, very
Yeah,
nice.
if you have anything that says "Made in USA" or "Made in Germany," that was after World War II.
After World War II, I know that.
If it just says the country name,
Then it was
that was
before.
prior to World War II.
Good. Very easy to
Kind of
know.
age things that way.
That's perfect. That's a great, great clue for all of us. Well, so there you go, folks. $35. Wow,
Then
really
I've got
nice.
next. I've got some British bronze coins. They
Oh,
clink. They clink like silver, but they're not. They're bronze, and I must have 1,200 or more of them.
I know you mentioned this last night. When you say bronze, they're definitely not brass. They're
They're
bronze.
bronze. They're bronze, and they're
Wow,
from the late 1800s to
my good.
they're pennies and half pennies. These are the half pennies.
Now
So
these are American made or other countries, or do you
these
know?
are from Europe.
All
European
Europe.
European pennies and half pennies from Europe. One side of the half pennies has a sailing ship on it.
Ah,
The other side looks like maybe Queen Elizabeth or
okay.
somebody.
Does
But it's
it,
from the late 1800s to the mid-century
wow.
1970s.
Do any of them have the actual country of origin in it that you could read, or is it all
Well,
too old?
I know they're all from Brit. They're all British.
Ah, they definitely all British.
This is something that says Regina FD. It says great. What does it say? It says Regina FD and Elizabeth. Anyway,
Yes,
they're from England for sure. But
predominantly. Yeah.
I'm selling them $4 a piece. I have around 1,200 to 1,500 of them.
Oh my goodness.
So if there's a coin dealer out there that can make me a really good offer, Miss Ray would appreciate it.
There you go. Yeah, of course, that would be the best thing for you and for Miss Ray, is to be able to sell the whole collection. But they're individual collectors that certainly could buy a slew of these, or maybe not the whole collection, but good pieces, because they would, love to add to their collections, especially knowing
Right.
they're all British as opposed to, all over the place. So that's what's really nice, is that You've got, one whole section from Britain if you don't have that country at all. Beautifully displayed. Now, would these be the larger ones? What size would they be? Like a quarter size?
Yeah,
American quarter?
the large ones are kind of
Yeah,
like a 50-cent piece.
50-cent piece. Okay. Do you
And
have any?
the small ones are a quarter size.
Quarter. Oh,
The half
so half pennies are quarter size. Okay, they look a little smaller. But now, do you have any that are much larger by any chance? So these
no,
would be
sir.
the largest.
This is it.
Okay.
Well, they were hidden in here inside of a bowling bag in a freezer.
Wow.
And when we opened the freezer door, there was a bowling bag on the bottom shelf, and it was so
Wow.
heavy. It was so heavy we thought we had a bowling bag, but
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
we had a bowling bag full of these.
Well, that's a lot more treasure than a bowling ball.
Yeah,
Would you?
I've had fun. I've had fun finding goodies in here. You
I
know,
bet you have. Would you say you have? Is it split like maybe half and half, or more small than large in your collection?
it's about half and half.
Okay, well that's even better.
And listen, I'm gonna clink them together. They sound like silver. You hear them?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
They clink like silver, but they're not. They're bronze.
Isn't that amazing, huh? That they're bronze. All right, folks. So
And
that
they sound like silver to me, but so I had a coin collector say, "No, ma'am, they're not. There's no silver in them." He knew,
so
you know.
another caution: if you're interested in this, folks, just like she said a flashlight, I would bring a magnifying glass. You might not have a jeweler's glass
Oh, I have.
because
Yeah, I've got
oh, good.
loops and magnifying
Good. Well,
glasses.
that way they can see more detail and also get the
Mhm.
year, etc. So I was not everyone would think of that, but I'm glad to hear you have it already. But if not, it wouldn't hurt to bring one just to be sure. That way you could look at your ledger in case someone else is using. So that's oh again another masculine. This would be again a collect here in New Orleans. My good friend he collects doubloons. And of course I don't mean the old time pirate doubloons. I'm talking about Mardi Gras. Huge collections of that. And even those for the king and all are printed in either silver or sometimes even some part of gold. So those are a lot more valuable than the ordinary ones that they throw in the street. So this would really be a great supplement. Anyone who's interested in doubloon collecting, I think would also be interested in coin collecting just as a generic species. So this would really be nice. Okay. Again, folks, let me tell you, we're talking with Marcia Rogers, or seeing and talking. She's in charge of handling the Marcies picking sale. Whatever you pick up and ask, you get a price. It's going on in Bogalusa on Martin Luther King Boulevard. So we'll reiterate all this at the end. Not this weekend. It's always a 3-day sale each week through the end of March. But this weekend, she is an automatic closed weekend for her. She's doing this for us so you all can get a good look without disturbance from customers. Before, it's been kind of hectic. So we're focusing, getting a lot more detail, which makes it a lot easier for you all to see. But it will be open next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 4. All right, Marcy, let's move on. What we got next?
Okay. The next thing is a tiny Holy Bible.
Oh, my goodness.
Its cover is made from olive wood,
Oh, it's
and
wood.
this is from Oxford Press in Europe, and it contains the Old and the New Testaments. And the Bible is only 2 3/4 inches wide, 4 3/4 inches high, and 1 inch thick.
Wow. Now
You got a little,
the
you got a
side,
little tiny Bible. Look at the palm of my hand covering it
I
up.
see it. Now all of it, the front, the back, and
I,
the hinge are all wood, or is it just the
it's
cover that's wood?
the front cover and the back cover are the olive wood.
And what about the attachment, the
This is
binding? What is that?
this
Leather?
binding appears to be leather,
Leather. Beautiful. Oh my
and
God.
it's very 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 tiny writing. I personally would need a magnifying glass, but
My question to you last time when we didn't get to see it close. On that page we're looking at, is there down at the bottom, is there a year? Can you see that it was either published or republished? See right down underneath that,
I was trying to find it earlier. Let me go zoom on down.
right underneath that logo, right underneath that shield. You see in that
Let me
area.
let me see. Copy.
Copyright or patent.
I got to be careful with this paper.
I
This
understand.
this first page is very fragile. I can't see a year
All
on
right.
it.
All right. Well,
I'm
okay.
scared. I'm scared. It's old. I'm scared to fool with it. It's
No, we
so. It's just a
delicate.
beautiful little piece. And look at this crest.
Yeah.
But
Do us a favor when if you have a chance at the end, not today, but I mean for the future, when we come back on,
Right.
if you're able to figure that out. I think that'll be a big help.
So I tried to find it. I tried to find it earlier before the show.
I understand, but I mean it's hard looking at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Is that a Celtic cross on the front on the cover? Is that what's known as the Celtic cross, or am I totally off base? There's
Um,
a cross
I'm
on the
I'm
cover.
I'm wearing a Celtic cross myself, and it doesn't look like that.
Well, okay, then I'm totally wrong. Okay,
This
now
is
what are we asking for this?
this
Oh,
is
okay, I see.
my cross is Celtic turned
Got it. I got it.
sideways.
I see it.
Um,
So what are
I'm
we asking
I'm
for the
just I'm
bottle?
just I'm just asking $30 for it.
30 bucks. Wow.
$30 is all.
Really
But it'd be a
fantastic.
buy for
Fantastic.
for somebody that's a book collector.
Oh, yes, especially if they have any collecting religious books, not necessarily Bibles, but of religious nature. That is really nice. That would be a great and small enough that can be in a small library or just put on a shelf somewhere. Very, very
Right.
pretty. Okay, let's move on. What else we got?
Okay. I've got I'm turning around. I'm
Okay,
staying in one spot today,
good for
basically.
you. It's your
I
day
have
off.
a I have a 3 foot high, one of the first Model T trucks under the seat gas tank. For it's slanted. You'll see the shape. I'm gonna get from the top. You see the slant.
Yeah.
There's the opening for the gas right here. This went underneath the seats in a Model
Okay.
T. And I've had some Model T men looking at it, and they said this is from one of the first trucks made by Model T.
So make sure, stupid me, make sure I understand this. So the gasoline, like if you filled up with gasoline, you would fill it up in here. This is your spare gas, and then you would go out and put it in the wherever the pipe would be for the engine. Is that right? Is that how
Now
this works?
this was underneath the seat. It's made out of copper, and this is, I guess, it had a pipe running to the engine.
Oh,
Had to.
okay.
It had to.
I thought it was a portable tank for you, like if you
No,
since they
no,
couldn't. I didn't
it
think
went
the.
under that. It went underneath that truck seat. And this
So this.
was the gas tank.
Oh, okay. So that was permanently affixed. That wasn't a portable thing they took out to fill up the tank. I got
Right.
it. And when and I'm sorry again to plead ignorance, but when was the Model T about? In 19 what? Do you have any idea of that frame when they came out, or how long they were
I'm not sure of
selling
that
those?
year. I'm not sure of that year. I should have looked that
It was,
up, but
I think that was before World War II too, was it? Because
it
at
was
least in the fall.
way before World War II.
Was
Yeah.
the Model A before the Model T? See, that's how stupid I am.
Me too. I'm not a car person.
Okay, all right.
I put the
Well,
key in it.
anyway,
I put the key in it and push. You got to push the gas.
and nowadays you don't even have a key.
Yeah.
But the
Right.
important thing, folks, again, we got a lot of masculine oriented things in there, except for the beautiful first piece. But this would be a great for anyone interested in cars or the history of such. This or trucks. This is just phenomenal. So I can see where a lot of mechanics would like to have this as a decorative piece, if not actually, put it somewhere in relation to a truck that they're doing if they're storing it. This is really neat. Okay, now I have to ask the magic question. What are we looking for in this?
I'm only asking $250 for something this rare.
Okay. And do you think it's material? It's probably not solid brass. So it's
And
probably
no, it's copper.
copper. That's why it's got that tone, huh?
Yeah, you couldn't put gas in brass. Yeah,
And brass. Yeah. Again, I don't know anything about
they didn't make
metal.
they use copper. They use copper stills to make moonshine.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They
Thank
had to
you.
use
Well, we learned it.
copper.
We're learning everything today.
I mean, hey, my paternal grandmother was a moonshiner. I found out
Oh,
when I was growing
you
up.
got more stories. You just want more and more shows.
I could tell you some moonshining stories.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Well, we got to say that for another day. All right. So what was the price again? Was that 200 or more than two? What was the price?
250.
250.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you sure it's a Model T, not a Model A, right?
It is a Model T, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good.
I had it verified by these gentlemen.
Good. Well, that's all. I mean, you and I don't know, but at the same time, the person who's collecting, they want to know specifically, which one it is. So Model T. Very good. Well, we'll have to look that up too and see when the Model T. We'll have to Google it after the show and see when they were
Yep.
produced, so we get a better idea of probably early 1910 or 20s. Anyway, I'm curious to find out on that. So that's great. All right, we'll go back to the table. Where we going?
Going back to the table, I turned around.
Okay. Oh, back to the
let me
ladies'
show,
interest.
let me show you this tureen / casserole.
Yeah.
It is It's signed on the bottom, Port Merion,
How do you?
Portmerion, and it's got this blue and white glazes on it.
Oh, it's
And
magnificent.
there's rabbits hanging like they've been strung, and could be geese right here. There's animals across the top. So this is for strictly to cook wild game in.
Yes, as I say, it must be specializing in game, huh? Can we
In
see
wild
the
game
inside? How
only.
does the? Can you tilt the? Oh, yeah. So it's beautifully done. And what's that? Oh, some markings. Can you read any of those and tell it?
I've come down on this price. Ignore that price. There's the markings. It's oven to table.
Oh, okay.
Let me turn it around.
All right.
On the bottom marking, oven to table.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Right.
And the top, the Port Merion, made in England label, and it's a size number one. Number
Whatever.
one tureen.
I see it. Made in
There's different.
Meron. I've never heard
There's
of that
different.
place. That's and is
And
it Fort? Is it Fort or Port? Is it F or a P on the
Port,
first? P O R
Port.
T. Oh, okay. Port Meron. Okay.
Port Merion, made in England. And
Very
so
nice.
number one. And then, like I say, straight from the oven to your table.
And you
And then
said about, all right, can you give us some dimensions, high and the length of it?
let me mark it real quick.
Okay.
I got my little tape measure right here.
Careful now.
It's not that big. I'm gonna lay this phone down.
No, I can see it's small, but still, I would like to get a little more specificity if we could. Uh-oh. You went black. Are you there?
I'm here.
Well, your picture's gone. Ah, there we go.
It's 10 inches long by 7 inches high.
High. Okay. Great. Let's put it back together. Let's head the people. Now, is that decoration on this side, on the other side too, or just on one side?
It's on both sides. It's identical.
Ah, beautiful.
The top, I'm trying to see. I had
Top is so
there's some kind of animal. I can't make it. Oh, there's a. I see a pheasant.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's so ornate, huh?
See, I'm zoomed in on the pheasant. And
Yeah, I see it. I see the tail. Yes, it's beautiful.
And then, I'm trying to see what other animal there is.
Wow.
I think it's a lamb on top of it. And
okay.
then the pheasant.
Beautiful. I mean, it is.
I know there's rabbits and geese hanging. Here's 2 rabbits hanging.
Yeah, I can see them. I can see them I see the 2 hanging right there on the left. That is beautiful.
Something in the middle. I couldn't make it out. Over here is a couple more of them.
Anyway, but it's so ornate. That's what's so fabulous. And to think that it can go in the oven, I would be petrified to put all that in the oven. I really would. So,
and it doesn't have handles, but the handles are on the lid. To lift it on the lid, you got a handle on each end.
Right.
Here's a handle, and this side here's a handle.
Got it.
But
I see it.
No handles on the bottom. Just
pick
it up with a good
hot towel. Yeah, hot towel.
Yep.
All right. Now, what are we asking on this one? Because this is a beautiful piece. I mean, I love this piece.
$100.
$100. There you go, folks. There you go. I mean,
it's not a new piece either.
No, I mean, I can tell that. They don't make it that intricate nowadays. So that is and to have that type of hunting, scene in 3 dimension is just fantastic. It's that beautiful cobalt blue and white or cream. It just really got to look at that Port Meron too. I'm gonna try to see if I can find where that was all about it. Okay, what else? So we got so far. We only have 2 things for the ladies.
I got 2 jailhouse keys here.
No, wait. How can you? Come on. How do you know these are jailhouse keys? Come on.
Because they're about 4 inches long.
Well, what makes it?
They're big. They're big skeleton keys. Go watch Gunsmoke.
Oh.
You go watch Gunsmoke, and there's your jailhouse keys are just like.
Now, what do you think the metals are of those? Because there's 2 different colors. One looks like brass.
This one's brass, and this one is some kind. I can't make it out. Some kind of pot metal. It's lighter than this one's not as heavy as the brass key.
It's probably lead or something, or pewter, not pewter, but something a little nickel, maybe.
Could be some nickel in there.
Yeah. And now those are selling individually or only as a pair?
Yeah, the brass one I'm asking $25, and this little light one just $10.
Okay.
Because I don't know what kind of metal it is.
Sure.
But they're two oddities you don't find every day.
Sure. And do you think those are from Europe too, or where?
That's probably from. It could be European or it could be U.S.
U.S. Anyway.
But I think they're a good conversation piece.
They definitely are. They definitely great. And I think a great little decoration piece. If you bought both of them, you could mount them like in a window box,
Right.
standing. Be beautiful. For like, how many times you have in houses, there'll be a doorway and a window very close together with just a narrow strip. Something
Uh-huh.
like this would be mounted vertically, one on top of the other, especially with that nice red background. I mean, that would be just a beautiful. Hey, and one more time, what was it? $20 you said for the gold brass
25 for the brass key
and 10 for
and,
the
and 10 for the other, whichever metal it is.
Okay, very good. All right, got a few more?
I got some of these very old Meerschaum German pipes.
Oh,
With a different. This
oh,
this one is a lion's head.
oh yeah. Can you turn the front of that? Let us see the front of the lion's head. Can we turn it to what? Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at the detail. That is great. That dare I ask? Is there any possibility that can't be ivory, huh?
You know what they're made out of? Sand.
Out of what?
Sand.
The whole thing is made out of sand.
Not the bottom is celluloid, but the pipe. This
The
is
pipe is
part.
made of
It
sandstone.
is baked. It is sand that they have. It's been baked out of sand. Seriously.
Wow.
And
Can
Mir-
you
this
bring that one?
this is a like an mid eastern man
Yeah.
from.
Can you bring it closer to us to the
Uh-huh.
camera and turn it again like you did with the Oh my God. Do you think he's more, yeah, he's more, yeah, Moroccan or maybe
Moroccan. He's
something like
Moroccan
that,
looking.
huh?
And
Yeah, and
then
that's
I have
sand as
another.
well.
I have one in this original case. Now he's Moroccan looking
Oh my
also.
goodness. Let's see, what's that one? Oh,
He's
that
in his. I've got the
yeah,
case for him now.
I see it. I see it. It's no, okay. So is that one the largest? The lion is larger than the first man you showed us, but
Look at the expression. Look at
I
his
know
expression.
the detail is just phenomenal. And look, the skin.
Look
You
by
can
his nose. Look at his nose and his
navel.
lip.
Oh, okay, those. Yeah,
He's looking at you. He's
and
looking at
and
you.
the cheeks. I mean, the cheeks are just so glistening. And the hat is just fantastic. Now, but what I'm saying is, this one seems to be the largest of the three, right?
It does look to be the largest.
The
Uh-huh.
lion second, and then the other gentleman smallest. Now I see
Smaller.
another case over to the left. Is that potato? That's another one there.
This is another gentleman with a smaller head on him now. He's got his case, but his face is smaller.
It's a little small, and it's a little bit different. The headpiece and the face is pretty much similar. Oh, but the hat is great. Look at it inside. That is great.
He's got a lot of hair.
Okay. Now, any idea where these are from and about any age of
Look,
it?
he's got a feather coming out of his
Is
hat.
that what it is? A feather? I see it coming out the hat. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Any idea like what country and what age?
Well, they're from Germany is where they were made.
But that makes sense. All the
And then his this
what is
lining
the
of his
case
cloth
made?
is like velvet. And
What's the
then
case?
here's one,
Oh,
huh?
what was the case made out of? Outside and inside? Close the case. Can we see the cover?
It feels like some kind of
Is
hard
it
paper.
is it
It's
blue
hard.
or black?
It's black,
And it has a little gold
and
opening
it
thing
has a
like an
little brass.
egg.
They have a little brass hinge at the
Yeah,
bottom.
almost like a Limoges egg, almost security. Very pretty. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is so. And so two of them have cases. Is that right?
Two have cases, and
And what's the
three of them
last?
don't.
What's the last
The
one?
last,
The
the last
small
one
one.
is an elephant.
Oh, could we see that one? Oh my goodness! Wow, that is fantastic, huh? Look at
He's
the
got
oh
his trunk's reared back.
yeah. So he would probably he seems to be a little larger than the smallest man, but not as big maybe as the lion, huh?
Now he's not as big as a lion. No,
Right.
let me lay him
Now,
out a line.
one
I'm
by
gonna
one
lay.
over the. Let's go one by one over the prices. Where do you want to start? Either small or
Well,
big, large. Which one do you want to start at?
well, I'm just going with. They have the case. They're 125. If
All
they
right,
don't
with the
have it,
case.
and without the case, they're 95.
Okay, so for any of the three that don't have cases, 95. The two that come with cases are
Are what
125. Is that right?
125. And again, these are Meerschaum pipes from Germany. Meerschaum, Germany.
Is it? Are you spelling? How do you spell that first word?
Merschaum. Meerschaum.
Okay, Michelle, man.
Meerschaum.
Okay, and they're made from sand, and you say the mouthpiece is made from what? Cellulose?
The handle, the mouthpiece is celluloid.
I cellular. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
an
So,
old collectible. People look for everything made with celluloid. The old stuff.
uh-huh.
Now I'm gonna show you something kind of spooky.
Uh-oh. There you
This
go again. You started off with the spookiness with the coffins, and now you're
this
going back.
this this item was hidden in this warehouse underneath 7 things in the bottom of a stripping vat. I'm gonna turn the light off right by it. You see this? Let me move this.
Oh
Let
my
me move
God.
this. Let me move this real quick. This I've got to move something so you can see it better. Hold on 1 second. This head is the size of a child's head with these life-size antlers on it. The, ant-
Wow.
the antlers are about 12 inches high. It has jewels encrusted in it.
Now, is it all wood carved?
I don't know what it's made out of, but it has these jewels in the face. And the Rays had this piece hidden, but this is the name. You see the name Indonesian Apsara.
Yeah, I was saying it's got to be Asian, and I didn't know Indonesia, but I mean that's certainly Apsara. Again, I
The
don't know what
head
that.
the head is the size of say a 2-year-old child, and then
Uh-huh.
the antlers are life size deer antlers or whatever animal they
Wow.
came off of.
And now the stones are on the face only, or
The
other
stones
places?
are on the face. They're wrapped around. They're right here. You see them shining.
Yeah, on also on the halo like thing with the like rhinestones, huh?
And then you go around, see the
Then yeah, the
stones
large,
around it.
yeah, on the band, smallest. Oh, even going on the side by the
They're
earpieces, huh?
going on the earpieces, and then
Wow.
and then
Is there
down
anything?
around below the chin.
I don't. Oh, okay. I think I see him. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say India, but I mean, Indonesia is close enough. I mean, I'm sure that's probably correct. So I think the antlers definitely look like wood. So I was thinking maybe the whole
The
thing was
antlers,
covered.
the antlers are real
Oh,
antlers
you
on
think they're
there.
real deer antlers? Oh,
They're
I thought they
real
were.
some kind of animal. They're real antlers. But
Ah, okay.
it also has these leather ears on each side. It has these ears that have the jewels, and then these leather ears right here.
Right. I was gonna say that looked like more material stuff. So that's made from leather.
I think it's leather, but it's hard.
Now, is the other part, the golden part, in that metal covering something? Is the mask itself the metal? Can you tap it slightly with your finger? I
It
mean, we
feels
won't
like
hear
it feels like wood,
wood. Okay, so, but
possibly
it,
wood.
yeah, it's
But they
carved.
had it was hidden in here in the
I
other
know
room
you told me. You
before.
told me that you told us several times.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
gotta, now you gotta scare us with the price. I bet. Go ahead. What is
No,
it?
no. I was asking 800. I came down to 4. I'll take an
4.
offer.
Oh, that is
I'll take
fantastic.
an offer. You
Yeah.
know.
So, what do you think the total height is from the bottom to the top of the antler?
Um,
Just to get an idea. We can't. It's hard to measure that from. It doesn't.
about 16 inches.
16 inch. So about
From
oh
the base, it has a base to it,
yeah.
so
I
you can
see it.
see
I see it. I see it. His neck.
all the way to the top, about
Yes,
16
but
inches.
about an inch and a half. I mean, a foot and a half almost.
Right, right.
Okay. Oh, that is fantastic. And you say that was in a bag somewhere hiding?
It was hidden inside of a stripping vat with about 7 or 8 things on top of it. And when we
Wow.
cleared out that vat,
Uh-huh.
there was a stuffed alligator and a stuffed armadillo, and then this was at the very bottom.
Ah, that
So
is real. That is to me certainly one of the most exotic things I've seen in quite some time, and I am literally shocked to see that you have that in this particular sale. I mean, not that you picked it out because it's been there, but I'm just saying it just seems like such an anomaly for all the other fabulous things you have. This is just so unique. And boy, I tell you, friends of mine just own a wonderful Thai restaurant. He just went to Thai's open in a second. He just bought tons of beautiful things from Thailand to decorate, including statuary and stuff. Had he seen this, I think he'd have jumped at it because it is fantastic. And
yeah.
even though it's not Thai per se, Apsara, I've got to remember that so I can try and look that one up and see what that says. All right. Well, let's see. Anything else? Do we have anything? We wrote. I know we're taxing you, but do you have anything else you can show? Because we still got a little time if you have time.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna show you this.
All right.
Make a little circle.
Got it.
I may have shown you this already, but this is a 6 foot tall grandmother clock.
Now, what's the difference between we always say a grandfather? Is it just because it's smaller?
Yeah, she's
What is
6 foot tall. Grandfathers are 7 foot tall and up.
7? Yeah, that's what I figured. It was just the height. That's how they differentiate male and
Right.
female by the
And
height.
I'm not good at turning the clocks keys to make them tick, but she does work. I have a
Okay.
video of her working.
And
So
did it have? You don't know if it has a chime or not.
somebody that knows what they're doing could get her to chime. I did.
Okay.
I don't think there's the things are supposed to be hanging in there, the weights or whatever that helps it.
Pendulum. Yeah, the pendulum and stuff.
It's got a pendulum, but anyway, I haven't. I've never heard her chime, but she keeps
Okay.
time.
Now, what about? Can you tell us the wood? We can't tell from here. Is it walnut or is it something else? Mahogany. It's brownish though.
We're pretty sure she's walnut.
Well, could you? Is there any way we can get a little closer to the face so we can see it a little better? There we go. Yeah. Oh, look how nice. And then go up a little bit to the parapet or the front. Let's see how's it going. Oh, it's just got the fan shape, huh? Fan
Yeah,
shaped carving. Okay, good. And then now drop the camera down a little bit, going down the center. Let's see as we trace it down. So there's the actual case where the pendulum and the weights are all held, right? Now, do you know if the weights and pendulum are in there? They just I see something there that's hanging. Do you think it has all the equipment in there, even if it's not
It's
hooked?
possible. The key to it's at my shop, but we've opened her.
Okay, no
I think
problem.
it's just a pendulum hanging, and the glass needs a good cleaning, but there's
Cleaning. Oh,
nothing
sure,
wrong with it.
sure. What do you think? Wait, you think this is England or where? What do you think?
I think it's English, and I haven't seen a name inside the back of it or anything, but I do
Okay,
believe it's English.
and think the 1800s. So you think sometime?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. All
Circa in the
right.
1800s.
How much is Granny going for?
600. That's half of
Okay.
what we originally asked.
Wow,
So
wow. And you say it's 6 feet tall, right?
she's 6 foot tall. Yes.
Go around the side. Let's see how deep she is. Can you mind? Just go around.
Okay.
Can you? So it's not. Oh,
Yeah.
very it's narrow. So that's good. So it won't
Yeah.
sit. Yeah,
She's about, let's see,
about a
about
foot.
7 inches,
Yeah,
about 6 to 7 inches wide. Then you
yeah.
got the crown molding.
Good, good.
Crown
No, but I
molding
mean
sticks
that's
out.
great. So it won't stick out too far in the room. Because people don't
No,
like it. Some of the bigger
no.
ones are just away very deep. So that is
You
really
can
pretty.
you can walk her around real easy. She's not hard for me to move. This is the clasp to open the top.
Yeah, I see it. I see
Let
it.
me find it. Little brass clasp.
And the dial is brass, of course, right? What I'm
Uh
seeing.
huh.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, oh, nice. And you said how
And
much? 600
she has a skeleton's key to go in this to open the bottom.
to open the bug. Yeah. Okay. And you
Uh-huh.
say you're asking 6 for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's
All
six
right.
hundred.
All right. How about anything else? Or you finished for the day?
Did I show you the Murphy's bed?
No.
Okay.
You don't have to
It's
go too
this
far.
is from the late 1800s, and
Okay.
has a label on it that says U.S. Army. And if you're not using it, I'm gonna pull it out. If you're not using it, you have a nice little side table,
Uh-huh.
and she's only about 3 foot wide, and that's the side, and it looks like an accordion from the side.
Yeah, I think you showed us
And
the very first
when
time
they
it was
have
open.
this side has a little decoration,
Right. Right.
like
And so
a diamond shape.
and
And
so when do you think?
when you get ready to go to bed,
Mhm.
let me move this tank. When you get ready to go to bed, you just pull it over. Let me move some stuff. I'm coming. You just open it up,
There you go.
and it makes a full size cot.
Wow, look at that.
And
And so
this
you
label has U.S. Army on it right down here.
okay, so you know it's from the army. Oh, okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Again, when do you think this was? In what war or what decade? Any idea?
Late Civil War.
Oh, you think it's back to the Civil War?
Civil War, and the canvas is still in excellent shape. It's still real firm and real
Yeah, it looks
tough.
brand new. But wait, would the army, if it was during the Civil War, did they call the different forces different, like CSA, Confederate States?
Right.
So is this the U.S. side?
This says U.S. So
I
maybe
got
it's
it.
new. But anyway, when you're not using it, like I just did, I just
It
pushed
folds
it out,
up, and out
push
of
it
the
out of your way. You
right.
push it out of your way,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you've got a nice little table.
And what are we looking for this?
It's very rare. I've got 1800 on it. I'll take a good offer. I
Okay.
will take
Okay.
a good offer.
Okay. But you're fairly sure it's from the Civil War.
What, late 1800s? Got to be. It's got to
Okay.
be.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So so rare, and nobody's ever seen one like it wherever I go.
No.
I've taken it to several shows.
Yeah, I bet it must have been like for an officer. I don't think an ordinary enlisted person would get qualified. I mean, even though it's a folding cot, still it's so intricate, and
Right.
it's something that would bring on a case where they would sleep in a tent. The officer, I don't think it would be for the ordinary servicemen. Because
No,
they
no,
couldn't
especially
all have they couldn't have all those. They wouldn't have any room for their normal guns and everything they bring.
for the gear. Right. Right.
Exactly. Good, good. Well, they're very all right. Anything else? Can we still have a little more
One more.
time if you want to share? But I
One
don't
more
want you to
thing.
go far. So
I
just
got one
all right.
more
Well,
thing.
right.
I'm walking. I'm
All
walking
right.
to it. Just ignore me walking.
Okay,
It's
we'll
just right
try.
here. It's just right here.
Watch the pole. Don't hit the pole. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Where are we
Can
now?
you see this? Lapel blue glass cylinder.
It's glass or ceramic?
That's glass. This pale. It's on a marble. I've got marble underneath it. This cylinder is about I'll say about 16 inches around and almost 3 foot tall. But you're looking at the insert to one of the old antique round gas tanks. In front of the old mercantile stores would have a round gas tank. This is the
Okay.
glass that went inside of a round gas tank. And
So
what
you
I
mean
did
where? So you mean the tank that actually pumped the gas to the car? Is that what you say?
your gas was inside of that, and you could see it at the gas pump. The
I got
insert.
it.
You could see
And
how full it was, how low the gas was, and the name of this glass, it's etched on it. It's Macbeth Chromex,
never heard of
and
that.
yeah, it's from the Depression era, the 1920s, and they're making
Uh-huh.
reproductions now. But this is an original Macbeth Chromex.
Now, is it? I can't figure. It's hard for me to see. Of course, I've got bad eyes, but
It's pale blue glass.
labels
About
reflecting on it or something.
about 16 inches around at the base and the
Oh, you
top.
see, I can see it better now than before.
Uh-huh.
We were looking from one glass to another glass, and it's kind of distorted for me. But
Uh-huh.
I see it now. It's actually a glass, almost in the shape of a hurricane glass, but much bigger,
Oh yes,
right?
about 16 inches around all the way,
Yeah,
top to bottom.
and the height is about how high?
It's almost 3 foot high,
So you have to
and
say
and, and it's been cut, and it's got tape around the top of it.
I can see it. Yes.
Anyway, but this is an original from the 1920s gas tank insert of a Macbeth Chromex.
And any idea what country that might come from? Here or the?
It was made in the U.S.
Okay, good.
and
That makes sense. And what do you
but
think?
I looked them up. It goes for around $2,000.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
another thing. This is our best offer, just to get it moving.
Right, right. Because
And
that's a very unique collector. The only thing I could say is that if someone could maybe take, I mean, it would be destroying it in one respect to take that tape off, clean it up, and then maybe use it like again a large vase or an ice bucket. You know.
well, it has
Uh,
no base. It's open at the bottom.
I didn't know that because that's where it's.
It's got a metal rim,
I
and
got it.
then and there's no bottom. It's
No,
a cylinder,
okay.
just a round
So
cylinder.
really, but again, it could be used like with a very large candle, like a hurricane glass, on a big mantle, or really instead of a table with a
Yeah,
giant with a
it'd be too
giant
big.
candle.
Yeah, it's just pretty. I'd be leery of getting it broken because it's so old.
Well,
But
sure,
you're
sure,
looking at 100 years old right now.
well,
I'm gonna
sure.
turn around and do one more thing, and then
Okay. Yeah,
it's
because
right behind me, and it's a beauty. This is an Adler organ, and it's white oak and very, very, very pretty wood. The wood's in excellent shape. I'll move up closer. The pedal on the left says Adler, and I couldn't make out what the one on the right says. And
okay.
then it was made in Louisville, Kentucky.
All right.
Adler organ.
Right.
Let me close the top,
Okay.
and then one of Mr. Ray's clocks is sitting here. I'm gonna open up. You had a little place to hide your sheet music underneath
Oh,
here.
okay.
Set your music while you were playing the organ.
Right,
It's
right.
very pretty, even if you just bought it and had it sitting in your house. It's the wood's
Can
gorgeous.
you give us an approximate dimensions on the height and the depth and the width?
I'd say it's for with a total of the this to hold the music. You're looking at um almost 5 foot tall with just this added to it, and it's deep. I'm gonna show it from the side.
Oh yeah, you can see down how deep it is. Yeah,
I say not quite 3 foot deep.
three, almost 3 foot. Yes. And how
Looks like
about
could be tiger oak. It's very pretty.
and
It's
what's
got
the width? And
it's
what's
got
the
columns down at the bottom.
and the width on it about?
The width is about maybe 3 foot depth at all, and then about not quite 5 foot tall.
Okay. All right. Well, listen.
And
Why
that's
don't we come on back to you because we're near the end of the show. We want to tell the people again. Oh, that doesn't look like you. Uh,
now I have somebody walked in.
I'm just teasing. Uh, we need, give them the particulars again about next week and stuff and the address and stuff like that. So that way, and how to contact you should they find something that they've seen that they're interested in. Okay.
Okay.
All
Just
right.
call
So,
Marsha. Call
well,
Marsha
are you going to
Rogers
turn?
at.
Can you turn the camera
Uh
back
huh.
around on you?
Yeah.
No.
Let me flip it. Yeah.
You
All
got
right.
it
Wait. I
flipped?
just see. I see
There we go.
myself. Yeah.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
There we go.
Just give
Well,
me a call. Just call Marsha at 985-750-4106.
sit back a
Or
little
go
bit
to.
because you're scaring us. You're so close. There you go.
Oh, look
That's
out now! Don't scare nobody.
yeah. You
Oh,
got a lot of scary things in there today, so we don't want to add to the
right.
scariness. Now let's go over it again. It's called Marcy's Pick and Sale, but on the name, it's in. Tell us the exact address on Martin Luther King in Bogalusa. What's the exact address and zip code?
421.
421
421
Martin Luther King,
and Drive,
Bogalusa, and a zip
Bogalusa
70.
70427.
427. Okay. And they can look you up on the Marcy's Antique, but that'll be in Slidell. That's our Slidell store.
Marcy's
Or
Antique
Marcia,
Market.
or Marcia without a D on Facebook. So if you
Marsha
had it,
Rogers.
yeah, Marcia, Marsha. And we didn't say any comments, so I guess people are keeping quiet. But this is your
Yeah.
chance to contact her about any of the things you've seen or ask her about some other things. Again, remember, this is just a few items from one room. She has 4 rooms. So, what how long it take to go through them all, if we get to go through them all while they're there. But we'll see how it goes. Remember, she's not there at all this weekend, so don't go banging down the doors because the barn door might fall off. Everything could be lost.
Right.
So,
That's right.
next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the following weeks from 10 in the morning to 4 in the evening. Now, what payment modes do you take? We didn't ask that for the people who want to buy something from you. Uh,
I have the square, so every credit card is taken and
okay,
cash. And cash.
excellent. Can't beat
If I
cash.
personally if I personally know you, I will take a check. If I know you, you
Well,
know.
that's only sense. That's only sensible. All
Right.
right. Anything else we need to tell the folks before we tell them bye bye?
Just tell them, just bring a flashlight and wear
Yes.
some old rubber boots or old
Yeah.
shoes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'd
We
love
don't.
to meet
Yeah. We don't pay for your cleaning of your shoes, so you got to be careful. Wear your rain boots or something. It's not dirt, but at the same time, it's not a pretty thing. Uh,
you.
you
No,
don't
it's
want
a
to.
rough old building with
Yeah.
a bad floor.
You ladies don't want to wear your high heels that you're going to wear out that night or Friday night. Not a date
Nope.
night place. Okay. All right, Marcia. Well, listen, we'll be back in touch with you. We certainly thank you for giving your time today. And
Thank you for having me.
surely, we'll try to shoot for next Friday because I think it works to keep the time the same. That way, people will know that's what if we keep promoting. People will
All
know
right,
that's
Bob.
what the show is. All right.
And thank
All
you, Bob.
right. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your time off. Okay.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you
All
for having
righty.
me. Bye bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Okay, folks, how was that? Huh? Marcia was so fun. She had a wide variety of stuff today, didn't she? I mean, from starting with coffins, we didn't see it, thank goodness, all the way to that spooky Indonesian Apsara. Wow, 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 and several of the other, and let alone the Confederate folding cot. But my two favorite pieces was, I hate to say the ladies' pieces, I call it ladies, but decorative pieces. One was that magnificent vase at the beginning, black and gold etched glass, and the wonderful tureen, this soup meat tureen, since it's predominantly hunting animals and fowl on the beautiful carvings of the almost delft blue on white. So hopefully you'll watch this. If you don't see it this morning or this afternoon, hopefully you'll catch it or watch it again because it will be remember. We've been on simulcast on Facebook Live as well as YouTube on the R space REVUE. While you're there, please subscribe. That way you'll know about all the shows. Remember, this is only one of 13 shows that we produce, and there's more still on the drawing boards. And we're sure to find something that you would be interested in. Hopefully, you can come back to us. Until that time, now we're starting Mardi Gras this tonight. We have 3 parades all weekend, next week, and all the way culminating a week from Tuesday. So some of our programming will be changed around as it gets closer to Mardi Gras. We do have a great thing coming up on Monday. Our first Chef's Chat USA. We have a chef KJ Bradford from Katy, Texas, from the Cellar Door, which has its own winery where it creates the wines that it sells with it pairing with dinners, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. That's Monday afternoon, 3 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday night, we've got a wonderful author in our first episode of Readers Review, debuting the African American experience and history of Mardi Gras, which was separate for many, many years. So who can tell it better? He's actually a float builder today. He's still building floats as we speak to make sure that they're ready and decorated and rolling for the parade starting tonight all the way through Fat Tuesday. Got some others lined up as well. More artists coming back. A lot of stuff for you. It's going to be the program will start increasing as we get the guests to come on. So meanwhile, we really appreciate you coming to us. This is Bob Bockelman signing off for Rarity Review, and as we say, stay tuned and longer.